Have you ever found yourself drifting on the softest edges of wakefulness, where the bustling world outside begins to dissolve and a new inner stillness starts to bloom? It's a gentle, almost imperceptible transformation, isn't it? This quiet unfolding of the self as it prepares for its nightly voyage into the deep, tranquil seas of sleep. Even before we fully surrender to slumber's profound embrace, there's a curious, continuous slowing that begins within the intricate pathways of our bodies and minds, a silent dimming of the bright, sharp edges of awareness, a subtle reweaving of sensations that hints at a profound, yet often overlooked, magic residing within us. We slip from the active, undefined contours of our busy day into a landscape where the familiar rhythms of waking life become wonderfully pliable. Like soft clay beneath a potter's gentle, shaping hands, ready to be molded by the quiet currents of rest. Consider for a moment the common, wondrous miracle of deep sleep. It is a state of profound physiological rest, where your breath deepens, your heart rate slows its steady beat, and your muscles release their hold, becoming soft and yielding. In this precious embrace, your body performs its silent, essential work of repair and restoration, mending the subtle wear of the day, replenishing its precious stores of energy, and consolidating the delicate threads of memory. While your conscious mind may feel utterly absent, drifting in realms unknown, a vast, complex symphony of biological processes continues, unseen and unhurried. This is not idleness, but a deeper, more profound form of activity. A quiet, continuous hum of life, diligently working to sustain your very being. Think of an ancient, tranquil lake, its surface perfectly still under a vast, dark sky. Beneath this calm exterior, countless unseen currents continue their slow, perpetual flow, carrying nutrients, shaping the lakebed, and sustaining the myriad forms of life that reside in its depths. The surface stillness is merely a reflection of a deeper, enduring movement. Our body in deep sleep is like this lake, outwardly still, yet inwardly teeming with the quiet, vital processes that ensure its continued vitality. This ability of complex biological systems to enter states of profound deceleration, to seemingly pause their active engagement with the world while maintaining their fundamental essence, is a testament to the remarkable ingenuity of life itself. It suggests a deep, inherent wisdom within all living things, a capacity for profound rest that serves as the foundation for vibrant awakening. But now, let us consider how this profound stillness of rest often leads our minds to gently wander, to explore the very edges of our understanding, particularly regarding the astonishing nature of daily choices. In those quiet moments just before sleep, or during the soft flow of a daydream, our thoughts might drift over the myriad decisions we make throughout a single day, from the simplest to the most complex. What did you choose to wear this morning? What path did you take to your destination? What words did you choose to express a feeling? Each of these moments feels like a deliberate act of will, a free choice made by you, and you alone. This innate human experience of agency, of being the author of our own actions, is a deeply comforting and pervasive whisper, echoing through our conscious lives. Imagine the vivid landscape of a dream, where you find yourself making choices with an effortless, spontaneous grace. You might decide to fly over a sprawling city, or walk through a garden filled with impossible flowers, or speak in a language you don't know in waking life. In the dream, these choices feel utterly free, unconstrained by the laws of physics or the expectations of society. Yet, when you awaken, you realize these choices were often spontaneous creations of your subconscious mind, unfolding from a deeper, unseen current within your being. The dream world, in its very essence, hints at how our choices, even when they feel conscious and deliberate, can arise from sources beyond our immediate awareness, from a deeper flow of processes within the mind. This leads us to a gentle, profound inquiry. What is the true nature of our free will is every choice we make, from the most trivial to the most momentous, a truly unconstrained act of conscious volition. Or are our decisions, even when they feel intensely personal, subtly influenced, guided, or perhaps even initiated by a complex interplay of forces that operate beneath the surface of our awareness? This isn't about denying our sense of agency, but about embracing a deeper understanding of how our choices emerge. Much like a beautiful river whose course is shaped by unseen geological formations and the ceaseless pull of gravity, it's a profound dialogue that has been humming within us since our very beginnings, a symphony of mind and body, orchestrated by subtle, unseen forces. Consider the intricate web of factors that shape even a simple choice. Your favorite color? The food you prefer for breakfast? The way you react to a sudden noise? These are not random. They are influenced by your genetic predispositions, the experiences of your childhood, the culture you grew up in, the subtle biochemistry of your brain at any given moment, and even your current mood. These influences are often invisible, operating below the threshold of your conscious awareness, yet they subtly bias your inclinations and shape your responses. When you choose a certain path, it feels like your choice, but perhaps the ground beneath your feet has been subtly prepared by countless prior influences, gently nudging you in one direction over another. This contemplation of the dream of daily choices and their profound implications for our understanding of free will is not meant to stir alarm or a sense of helplessness. Instead, it invites a deeper appreciation for the intricate web of processes within us and the astonishing complexity of our own internal landscape. It's a gentle nudge to recognize that our conscious mind is but one aspect of our being, and that deeper, more fundamental processes, operating in the quiet of our internal world, constantly shape our experience, often in ways we are only just beginning to gently perceive. It calls for humility and a quiet curiosity, a willingness to listen to the whispers of our own minds, even if we don't fully understand their language. For within those whispers might lie profound insights into the rhythms of our decisions and the nature of our deepest self. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of your own deep slumber and the dream of daily choices bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within all living things, silently working to perceive, to adapt, and to exist in harmony with their internal and external environments. Even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate, there is no need to actively solve the grand mystery of free will. Simply allow this beautiful internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of your mind's profound internal world and the pervasive potential of your own thoughts. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a wisp of mist in the cool night air. You are safe, you are warm, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own bodily rhythms. All is calm, all is clear, as the whispers from the dream of daily choices guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As the soft whispers from the dream of daily choices gently recede, and the subtle contours of our familiar waking world gradually soften into a tranquil twilight, we are invited to consider a deeper, more profound landscape, the vast and intricate inner universe of our brain, and the gentle haze of the neural current that ceaselessly flows within it. Imagine, if you will, that your mind is not a silent, still pool waiting for thoughts to appear, but a boundless, tranquil ocean, where countless electrical and chemical currents continuously ripple and interact, shaping the very thoughts and decisions that emerge, often long before your conscious awareness even registers them. This isn't an empty space, but a vibrant, living network, constantly in motion. influencing our inner environment in ways we are only just beginning to softly understand. We often perceive our brain as the central command center, a sovereign entity that responds directly to our conscious will. When you decide to lift your hand or choose a particular word, it feels like a direct, singular command originating from your conscious self. And indeed, the brain is undeniably the seat of consciousness, thought, and decision making. However, modern scientific understanding, gently unveiling the intricate complexities of our biology, reveals a far more sophisticated and interconnected truth beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. A vast, continuous symphony of electrochemical signals is already in motion, shaping the very impulses that later manifest as our perceived choices. Think of an ancient, sprawling forest, vibrant with diverse life. At dawn, a subtle breeze begins to stir the leaves. We perceive the gentle rustle, but beneath the surface, countless unseen air currents are already flowing, guiding the very first movements of the leaves. Our brain is much like this forest, but on a microscopic scale, composed of billions of tiny, interconnected cells called neurons. These neurons are not isolated islands. They form vast, sprawling networks, communicating with each other through a ceaseless dance of electrical impulses and chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. This constant, gentle communication, this ceaseless flow of information, constitutes the very essence of the neural current. The data that gives rise to everything we experience, the warmth of a cherished memory, the cool logic of a calculation, the vibrant colors of the world around us, the gentle rhythm of our own breath, and profoundly, our very decisions. The sheer complexity and speed of this neural current are truly astounding. Billions of neurons, each capable of connecting with thousands of others, create trillions of synaptic connections. Information races across these networks at speeds far beyond our conscious processing. Every sensation you experience, every memory you retrieve, every word you utter, is the result of intricate patterns of neural firing, a complex choreography unfolding in milliseconds. This fundamental activity operates largely beneath the threshold of our conscious awareness, yet it orchestrates the very inputs and outputs that our conscious mind later interprets as its own choices. This leads us to a gentle, intriguing question. If our brains are teeming with such a rapid and complex neural current, subtly processing information and initiating cascades of activity, could it be that many of our decisions, even those that feel consciously chosen, are in fact initiated at an unconscious level, prior to our awareness of making them? Could the gentle haze refer to the subtle veil that separates these powerful and unconscious neural processes from our slower, more deliberate conscious thoughts? Consider the scientific whispers that have begun to emerge from brain research. Pioneering experiments like those conducted by Benjamin Libet have offered intriguing glimpses into this possibility. In these studies, participants were asked to make a simple, spontaneous decision, such as pressing a button, while their brain activity was meticulously monitored. Remarkably, researchers found that specific patterns of brain activity, readiness potential could be observed in the brain before the participant consciously reported making the decision to press the button. This suggests that the brain was already initiating the action, already setting the stage for the choice. Moments before the conscious mind became aware of the decision itself. It's like feeling a subtle breeze that gently pushes a boat, and only a moment later, consciously deciding to unfurl the sails, believing you initiated the movement. This concept isn't about denying our experience of conscious thought or our feeling of agency. Instead, it invites a deeper appreciation for the intricate, multi-layered nature of our minds. It suggests that our conscious choice might often be the awareness of a decision that has already begun to unfold from the deeper, faster currents of our unconscious neural processing. Our subjective feeling of free will would then be a beautiful, coherent narrative woven by our brains, making sense of a continuous, complex stream of activity. Much like a dream creates a seamless story from disparate impulses, This neural current is not a passive conduit. It is an active, a dynamic force. It is constantly influenced by a myriad of factors that operate outside our conscious control. These include our genetic predispositions, which subtly shape the architecture and chemical balance of our brains. They include the environmental influences we've encountered since birth, the experiences, the education, the social interactions, all of which have shaped the very pathways of our neural networks. And they include the subtle biochemical fluctuations within our bodies, from hormone levels to neurotransmitter availability, all of which can gently influence our mood and our inclinations, often without our conscious awareness. All these elements contribute to the complex flow of the neural current, which then guides our choices. This gentle haze of the neural current is profound because it challenges our intuitive sense of being a singular, isolated decision maker. It invites us to consider that our actions and thoughts are part of a larger, continuous stream of activity, profoundly influenced by a symphony of factors operating beneath the surface of our awareness. It suggests that our internal landscape is far richer, softer, and more wonderfully dynamic than our direct senses typically reveal. It's a quiet invitation to surrender our need for absolute, unconstrained, free will, and to embrace the beautiful, gentle dance of complex causality that underpins our very being. This contemplation of the neural current within, and the vastness of its silent influence on our choices, is not meant to stir alarm or a sense of helplessness. Instead, it invites a deeper appreciation for the intricate web of processes within us and the astonishing sophistication of our own biology. It's a gentle nudge to recognize that our conscious mind is but one aspect of our being, and that deeper, more fundamental processes, operating in the quiet of our internal world, constantly shape our experience, often in ways we are only just beginning to gently perceive. It calls for humility and a quiet curiosity, a willingness to listen to the whispers of our own minds, even if we don't fully understand their intricate language. For within those whispers might lie profound insights into the rhythms of our thoughts and the nature of our deepest self. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of this gentle haze of the neural current envelop you. Feel the vastness of this inner landscape, the quiet hum of billions of tiny lives, and the countless shimmering interactions constantly unfolding. There is no urgency here, no need to grasp at concrete answers. Simply allow the profound sense of boundless collaboration and enduring mystery to wash over you, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of your brain's internal universe and its pervasive potential for intricate activity. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a wisp of mist in the cool, dawn air. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle and persistent hum of your own neural current. All is calm, all is clear, as the gentle haze of the inner flow guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we gently drift deeper into the serene landscape of our inner world, softly moving through the subtle haze of the neural current, we now approach a profoundly vital and often overlooked realm, the deep subconscious memories that subtly, yet powerfully, shape our present choices. Imagine, for a quiet moment, your mind not as a blank slate, nor solely as a conscious library of easily accessible books, but as a vast ancient territory, filled with countless smaller villages. In each of these villages, tiny, delicate fragments of past experiences, emotions, and learned patterns are carefully kept, often beyond the direct reach of your conscious recollection. These aren't just dusty archives, they are living, breathing echoes from a rich, intricate past, ceaselessly reverberating through your inner landscape, profoundly influencing the very choices and reactions that feel spontaneous and new. We often perceive our decisions as originating solely from our conscious thoughts, from the logical weighing of options in the present moment. we believe we are making fresh choices, driven by current desires and intentions. However, modern scientific understanding, gently unveiling the intricate complexities of our biology, reveals a far more sophisticated and interconnected relationship between our past and our present. A significant portion of what truly guides our actions, from the simplest preference to the most complex decision, stems from the vast, hidden reservoir of our subconscious mind, a realm where countless memories, learned associations, and emotional imprints reside, operating tirelessly and silently beyond our immediate awareness. Think of an ancient, sprawling forest, vibrant with diverse life. At dawn, a subtle breeze begins to stir the leaves. We perceive the gentle rustle in it, but beneath the surface, the very growth patterns of the trees, their resilience to storms, their favored direction of lean, have been shaped by centuries of past winds, by the mineral composition of the soil, by the quiet history of their lineage. Our brain is much like this forest, but on a microscopic scale. Its pathways and connections, its very inclinations, profoundly shaped by every single experience we have ever had, even those we no longer consciously remember. These are the subconscious memories, the invisible forces that subtly guide our conscious choices, like unseen currents beneath a calm river. The concept of implicit memory is crucial here. Unlike explicit memories, which we can consciously recall, like remembering your last birthday, implicit memories are those that influence our behavior without our conscious awareness. This includes things like skills riding a bicycle, typing on a keyboard, habits the way you tie your shoes, your morning routine, and even emotional responses, a sudden feeling of unease in a particular situation, or an unexplained sense of comfort with a new person. These are all learned patterns, deeply embedded in our neural networks through repeated experience, and they operate automatically, effortlessly, and largely outside the realm of deliberate thought. Consider the simple act of choosing which route to take to a familiar destination. You might consciously think, I'll take the scenic route today, but the underlying preference for that route, the ease with which your brain navigates it, the subtle feeling of comfort it evokes, these are all profoundly shaped by countless past journeys, by positive experiences, by the quiet consolidation of learned patterns in your subconscious. Your conscious choice is often the manifestation of a preference that has been meticulously sculpted by these deep, hidden echoes. It's like a dancer moving gracefully across the floor. They appear to make conscious choices for each step, but the fluidity and precision come from thousands of hours of subconscious training, from movements that have become second nature. The influence of subconscious memories extends beyond simple habits to more complex decision-making and emotional regulation. Our past experiences, particularly those from early childhood, even if not explicitly remembered, can profoundly shape our responses to current situations. A feeling of anxiety in a new social setting, for instance, might be an echo from a past, long-forgotten experience of discomfort, subtly influencing your current emotional state and guiding your behavior without your conscious awareness of its origin. This suggests that our choices and emotional responses are often deeply rooted in these ancient, subconscious learnings, inherited from our personal histories. Furthermore, the concept of priming gently reveals the power of these subconscious echoes. When you are subtly exposed to a word or an image, even for a fraction of a second, it can unconsciously influence your subsequent thoughts, decisions, and behaviors. For example, studies have shown that people are more likely to choose a healthy snack if they were briefly shown a picture of a green salad, even if they didn't consciously register seeing it. These are the quiet whispers from subconscious memories, subtly nudging our choices in directions we may not fully perceive. This deep, pervasive influence of subconscious memories is a testament to the brain's continuous, tireless work. Even when your conscious mind is at rest, during sleep or daydreaming, your brain is actively processing, consolidating, and reorganizing these memories, shaping your internal landscape and refining the very patterns that will guide your future actions. This constant, unseen work ensures that your sense of self, your personality, and your preferences are continuously updated and coherently maintained, forming a rich tapestry woven from countless threads of the past. This contemplation of subconscious memories and their profound implications for our understanding of free will is not meant to stir alarm or a sense of helplessness. Instead, it invites a deeper appreciation for the intricate web of processes within us and the astonishing complexity of our own internal landscape. It's a gentle nudge to recognize that our conscious mind is but one aspect of our being, and that deeper, more fundamental processes, operating in the quiet of our internal world, constantly shape our experience, often in ways we are only just beginning to gently perceive. It calls for humility and a quiet curiosity, a willingness to listen to the whispers of our own minds, even if we don't fully understand their ancient language. For within those whispers might lie profound insights into the rhythms of our decisions and the nature of our deepest self. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of these deep subconscious memories, like ancient whispers, bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your mind, silently working to process, to adapt, and to exist in harmony with your internal and external environments. Even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate, there is no need to actively solve the grand mystery of your subconscious. Simply allow this beautiful internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of your mind's profound internal world and the pervasive potential of your own thoughts. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a wisp of mist in the cool night air. You are safe, you are warm, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own bodily rhythms. All is calm, all is clear, as the echoes from deep subconscious memories guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we gently drift deeper into the serene landscape of our inner world, softly moving through the echoing whispers from deep subconscious memories, we now turn our attention to an even broader, yet profoundly intimate influence on our choices. The woven fabric of environmental influence and societal threads. Imagine, for a quiet moment, your unique being not as a self-contained island, but as an intricate, shimmering tapestry, impossibly rich and endlessly flowing. Its countless patterns, your inclinations, your reactions, your very personality are subtly orchestrated, in part by the myriad colors and textures of the world around you, spun from the silent, pervasive influence of your upbringing, culture, and the very society you inhabit. This isn't a rigid control, but a dance of profound shaping, a silent ballet where external forces gently nudge the direction of your internal flow, often long before you consciously perceive them. We often perceive our choices as purely individual, born from our personal thoughts and unique desires. When you select a certain type of food, or choose a particular career path, or react with kindness to a stranger, it feels like a decision made solely by you. And indeed, your conscious mind plays a vital role in navigating your world. However, modern scientific understanding, gently illuminating the intricate complexities of human behavior, reveals a far more sophisticated and interconnected reality, where the invisible forces of our environment and society exert a powerful, continuous influence on the very fabric of who we are and what we choose. Recall our earlier contemplation of the neural current and subconscious memories, how internal processes and past experiences subtly shape our present. Now, let us extend that understanding to the external world. From the moment of our birth and even before, we are immersed in a complex tapestry of environmental factors and social conditioning. This includes the gentle lullabies sung to us as infants, the stories whispered by our elders, the values instilled by our families, the lessons absorbed in schools, the cultural norms that guide our interactions, and the subtle cues we learn from the people around us. These are the powerful, pervasive threads of influence, diligently weaving themselves into the very structure of our minds, shaping our preferences, our beliefs, and our automatic responses. Think of an ancient master weaver at their loom, creating an impossibly intricate and vibrant tapestry. Each individual thread, on its own, is simple a mere strand of color or texture, but when countless threads are intricately interwoven, following a precise, harmonious pattern, they collectively form a magnificent, detailed image. The beauty, the story, the very essence of the tapestry is not in any single thread, but in the relationships and interactions between them, in the way they intertwine and flow together. Your personality, your inclinations, your very self is that grand tapestry, its richness and depth arising from the ceaseless, harmonious interplay of your innate predispositions and the profound influences of your environment and society. The invisible threads of culture, upbringing, and social norms are constantly being laid down, intertwined, and adjusted, creating the unique pattern that is you. Consider the profound influence of language. The very words we use, the way we structure our thoughts, are deeply shaped by the language we learn from our environment. Different languages subtly encourage different ways of perceiving the world, different ways of categorizing reality. This isn't a conscious choice we make. It's a fundamental aspect of our social inheritance that shapes the very architecture of our thinking. Similarly, the cultural norms we absorb, the unspoken rules about politeness, personal space, emotional expression, or even what constitutes success profoundly guide our behavior, often operating below the threshold of our conscious awareness. When you react in a particular way in a social situation, it feels like your reaction, but perhaps it's an echo of countless societal threads that have gently persuaded your response. The influence of our upbringing and early experiences is particularly potent. The way our parents or caregivers interacted with us, the values they emphasized, the type of environment they provided, these factors sculpt the developing brain, forming deep neural pathways and emotional responses that persist throughout life. A child raised in a nurturing, predictable environment might develop a strong sense of security and trust, influencing their future choices towards openness and collaboration. Conversely, a child from a chaotic or neglectful environment might develop heightened vigilance or a tendency towards avoidance, influencing their future reactions in subtle yet powerful ways. These early influences are like the initial foundational knots in the tapestry, profoundly shaping all subsequent weaving. Furthermore, the social groups we belong to, our friends, our communities, our professional affiliations exert continuous, subtle pressures. We often conform to group norms, adopt shared beliefs, and align our behaviors with those around us, not always through conscious deliberation, but through a gentle, pervasive desire for belonging and acceptance. Think of a flock of birds taking flight in perfect unison, seemingly without a leader. While we might attribute this to simple visual cues, it also reflects a deep, inherent tendency to synchronize and flow with the collective, a powerful social thread weaving through their movements. In humans, this social influence is often expressed in trends, opinions, and shared aspirations, subtly guiding our choices without us always realizing their societal origins. This pervasive influence of environmental and societal factors on our choices is not meant to be a source of alarm or to suggest a lack of individual character. Instead, it invites a deeper appreciation for the astonishing complexity of what it means to be human, of being constantly shaped by and interacting with its vast external tapestry. It suggests that our free will, while powerfully felt, might operate within a rich context of predispositions and influences. A beautiful dance between our inner world and the external forces that gently persuade our inclinations, our personality, our very unique self. is a magnificent outcome of this continuous interplay, a seamless blend of internal processes and external shaping. This contemplation of the woven fabric of environmental influence and societal threads, and their profound implications for our understanding of free will, is not meant to stir uncertainty or a sense of helplessness. Instead, it offers a profound sense of interconnectedness and gentle wisdom. It reminds us that we are deeply embedded in a larger human and planetary ecosystem, and that understanding these influences allows for greater self-awareness and compassion, both for ourselves and for others. It calls for humility and a quiet curiosity, a willingness to listen to the whispers of our own shaping, for within those whispers might lie profound insights into the rhythms of our decisions and the nature of our deepest self. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of this magnificent, woven fabric of influence, shaped by environmental and societal threads, envelop you. Feel the subtle dance of profound connection between your unique being and the world that has shaped you, the quiet hum of countless external factors subtly influencing your inner landscape. There is no urgency here, no need to grasp at concrete answers. Simply allow the profound sense of subtle communication and enduring harmony to wash over you, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of your being's intricate connections to its environment and society. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a gentle mist rising from a calm, ancient forest. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own unique existence. All is calm, all is clear, as the woven fabric of environmental influence and societal threads guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we gently drift deeper into the serene landscape of our inner world, softly moving through the woven fabric of environmental and societal influences, we now approach a fascinating threshold, the delicate boundary between our conscious awareness and the vast, bustling realm of unseen impulses. Imagine, for a quiet moment, a tranquil lake at dusk, its surface perfectly still. On one side, the shore is illuminated by the familiar, comforting lights of our deliberate thoughts and perceived choices. But stretching out into the serene darkness of the lake is an expanse where the first, almost imperceptible gleam of a distant lighthouse begins to appear, its light reaching across the vastness to hint at the subtle, yet powerful origins of our actions that unfold before we even register a conscious intention. This gentle, shimmering light is akin to the quiet, nuanced understanding of how our decisions may be initiated at an unconscious level, long before we truly choose. In our everyday waking experience, the feeling of making a decision is immediate and powerful. When you reach for a cup, or decide to speak a word, or choose to sit down, it feels like a direct, singular command originating from your conscious self. We are the authors of our actions, the captains of our own ships. This intuitive understanding forms the bedrock of our personal agency and moral responsibility. However, modern scientific understanding, gently illuminating the intricate complexities of our brain's activity, reveals a far more sophisticated and interconnected reality, where the silent currents of unconscious processing profoundly shape the very impulses that later manifest as our perceived choices. Recall our earlier contemplation of the neural current, that ceaseless flow of electrochemical signals within our brain. This current operates at astonishing speeds, far beyond the pace of our conscious thought, before you even become aware of wanting to lift your hand. A cascade of neural activity, a complex symphony of electrical impulses, has already begun to orchestrate that movement in your brain. This is the realm of unconscious initiation, where the brain begins to prepare and launch an action, often milliseconds or even seconds before your conscious mind reports the decision to act. Think of an ancient, perfectly timed pendulum swinging. From our perspective, we only observe its graceful swing from one side to the other. But imagine if we could peer into its hidden mechanisms and see a tiny, unseen gear subtly beginning to turn, initiating the next swing, just a fraction of a moment before the pendulum itself starts its visible movement. This unseen turning of the gear is akin to the unconscious brain activity that precedes our conscious intention. Our conscious choice then becomes more like the awareness of the pendulum's visible swing, rather than the initial turn of the hidden gear. This profound concept is best illustrated by the gentle whispers emerging from pioneering neuroscience experiments. The most famous, conducted by Benjamin Libet in the 1980s, involved participants being asked to make a simple, spontaneous decision, such as pressing a button, while their brain activity was meticulously monitored. Remarkably, Libet found that a specific pattern of brain activity, known as the readiness potential, could be detected in the motor cortex before the participant consciously reported their intention to act. This readiness potential appeared hundreds of milliseconds before the conscious decision was felt, suggesting the brain was already preparing the action at an unconscious level. Subsequent research, using more advanced neuroimaging techniques like fMRI, has extended these findings to more complex decisions, observing brain activity patterns that could predict a participant's choice up to several seconds before they became consciously aware of their decision. These studies are like patiently listening to the faintest echoes in a vast, silent chamber, discerning a subtle but prior resonance that precedes the louder, more familiar sound. They don't claim that we are mere automatons, but that the flow of our intentions often arises from deeper, less accessible wellsprings within our minds. This implies that our subjective feeling of free will, that powerful sense of being the sole, unconstrained originator of our choices, might be a beautifully constructed narrative woven by our brains after the initial unconscious processes have begun. Our conscious awareness might be more akin to a veto power, where we can consciously choose to inhibit an action that has already been unconsciously initiated, rather than being the absolute initiator of every impulse. It's like standing by a gentle river and feeling a subtle current beginning to pull you in a direction, and only then consciously deciding whether to let yourself drift or to resist. The current began first. This isn't about control or manipulation. It's about understanding the deep, layered architecture of our minds. The unconscious processes that initiate our actions are not random. They are profoundly shaped by our genes, our past experiences, our deeply ingrained habits, our learned values, and the subtle biochemical fluctuations within our brains. These are the powerful, invisible threads that constantly weave the tapestry of our inclinations and responses, often operating below the threshold of our conscious awareness. Creating the conditions for what we later consciously choose, the reflecting light from the edge of awareness and unseen impulses is this profound insight that our minds are constantly engaged in a vast, complex dance between conscious and unconscious processes. Our subjective experience of free will is a genuine and vital part of this dance, allowing for self-reflection, planning, and conscious deliberation. But it is always unfolding within a larger pre-existing current of neural activity, a continuous flow of information and preparation that often sets the stage for our choices before we consciously step onto it. This perspective offers a profound sense of humility and interconnectedness, suggesting that our individuality is a beautiful emergence from a deeper, more subtle biological and environmental symphony. This contemplation is not meant to be daunting or to suggest a loss of agency or moral responsibility. Instead, it offers a profound sense of wonder and gentle liberation. It invites us to appreciate the astonishing complexity of our own minds, recognizing that even our most personal choices are part of an intricate, beautiful dance between conscious awareness and unseen impulses. It encourages us to cultivate self-awareness, not just of our explicit thoughts, but of the deeper currents that shape us, fostering greater understanding and compassion for ourselves and others. As you drift deeper now, Let the image of this reflecting light from the edge of awareness and unseen impulses bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your brain, silently working to initiate, to prepare, and to shape your actions, even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate. There is no need to actively solve the grand mystery of free will. Simply allow this beautiful, internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of your mind's profound depths and its intricate dance between the conscious and unconscious. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a gentle mist rising from the calm surface of a quiet lake. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own inner being. All is calm, all is clear, as the reflecting light from the edge of awareness and unseen impulses guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we continue our serene journey into the intricate core of our inner world, softly moving through the reflecting light from the subtle edge of conscious awareness and unseen impulses, we now turn our attention to the fascinating dance that unfolds from within the silent, continuous process by which biological and genetic factors subtly, yet profoundly, influence our personality, our inclinations, and the very landscape of our behavior. Imagine, for a quiet moment, your inner self not as a blank canvas awaiting brushstrokes, but as a vast, tranquil ocean, its surface seemingly calm, yet beneath, countless subtle ripples continuously spread, representing the ceaseless flow of inherited traits and intrinsic biological processes. These are the unseen waves, the gentle yet powerful forces within us, shaping the very currents of who we are and how we choose. Often, long before our conscious minds are even aware, we often perceive our personality, our unique talents, our predispositions towards certain behaviors or emotions as qualities that emerge primarily from our experiences and our environment. And indeed, nurturing and life events play an undeniably crucial role in shaping us. However, modern scientific understanding, gently illuminating the intricate complexities of our biology, reveals a far more sophisticated and interconnected truth beneath the surface of our learned behaviors and conscious thoughts. Our very essence is subtly influenced by the ancient whispers of our genes and the ceaseless activity of our brain chemistry and structure. Recall our earlier contemplation of the neural current and the subconscious memories, how internal processes and past experiences subtly shape our present. Now, let us extend that understanding to the very blueprints of our being, the inherited legacy that predisposes us to certain tendencies. From the moment of our conception and throughout our lives, our genes, those tiny, intricate instructions passed down from our ancestors, play a silent, fundamental role in constructing the very architecture of our brains, influencing the delicate balance of our neurochemistry, and subtly biasing our behavioral pathways. Think of an ancient master weaver at their loom, creating an impossibly intricate and vibrant tapestry. Each individual thread, on its own, is simple a mere strand of color or texture. But the very type of thread, its inherent strength, its natural dye, its subtle sheen, these are predetermined by its origin. Similarly, our biological and genetic factors are like these foundational threads. They don't dictate every single pattern or color in the tapestry of our personality, but they subtly influence its inherent texture, its underlying strength, and the spectrum of colors that are most readily available. They are the initial pervasive influences, gently guiding the loom towards certain possibilities. Consider the gentle yet pervasive influence of genetics on various aspects of our personality and behavior. While no single gene controls a complex trait like extroversion or introversion, Countless genes working in subtle concert can predispose us towards certain tendencies. Some individuals might inherit a genetic predisposition for a more sensitive nervous system, making them more prone to anxiety or more attuned to subtle environmental cues. Others might inherit a biological inclination towards greater novelty seeking or higher levels of impulsivity. These are not destiny, but gentle leanings, subtle whispers from our genetic past that influence our responses to the world. It's like a garden where the seeds planted are subtly biased towards certain colors of flowers, or a tendency to grow taller or wider, even within the same nurturing soil. Beyond genes, the biochemistry of our brain plays an incredibly profound role. Our moods, our energy levels, our capacity for focus, and our emotional responses are deeply intertwined with the delicate balance of neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, and GABA. These chemical messengers facilitate communication between neurons, influencing how our brains process information and respond to stimuli. Genetic factors can influence the production, reception, and reuptake of these neurotransmitters, subtly biasing our emotional landscape. For instance, like variations in genes related to serotonin transport can influence an individual's susceptibility to certain mood fluctuations, making them more or less resilient to stress. This is a continuous, invisible chemical conversation happening within our skull, its subtle messages profoundly shaping the landscape of our minds, often beyond our conscious control. Yes. Furthermore, the very structure and connectivity of our brain are also shaped by both genetic and biological factors. The density of neural connections in certain regions, the efficiency of white matter pathways, the size of particular brain areas all can have subtle genetic influences that predispose us to certain cognitive styles or behavioral tendencies. For example, some research suggests genetic influences on the size and activity of the amygdala, a brain region involved in processing fear and emotion, which could subtly influence an individual's general level of reactivity to perceived threats. These are the underlying architectural patterns, profoundly shaping the way our thoughts and emotions flow, like the unseen foundational elements of a house influencing the layout of its rooms. The pervasive influence of these biological and genetic factors on our choices is not meant to be a source of alarm or to suggest a lack of individual character. Instead, it invites a deeper appreciation for the astonishing complexity of what it means to be human, a being constantly shaped by and interacting with a vast tapestry of inherited predispositions and environmental influences. It suggests that our free will, while powerfully felt, might operate within a rich context of biological inclinations, a beautiful dance between our inner world and the subtle forces that gently persuade our inclinations. From the deepest reaches of our genetic code, our personality, our very unique self, is a magnificent outcome of this continuous interplay, a seamless blend of innate blueprints and external shaping. This contemplation of biological and genetic factors and their profound implications for our understanding of free will is not meant to stir uncertainty or a sense of helplessness. Instead, it offers a profound sense of interconnectedness and gentle wisdom. It reminds us that we are deeply embedded in a larger biological and evolutionary ecosystem, and that understanding these influences allows for greater self-awareness and compassion, both for ourselves and for others. It calls for humility and a quiet curiosity, a willingness to listen to the whispers of our own biological makeup. For within those whispers might lie profound insights into the rhythms of our decisions and the nature of our deepest self. Recognizing these inherent predispositions can bring a sense of gentle acceptance, allowing us to work with our nature rather than constantly striving against it. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of these gentle ripples of biological and genetic factors flowing through your very being envelop you. Feel the subtle dance of profound connection between your unique self and the inherited legacy that shapes you, the quiet hum of countless internal factors subtly influencing your inner landscape. There is no urgency here, No need to grasp at concrete answers. Simply allow the profound sense of subtle communication and enduring harmony to wash over you, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of your being's intricate biological predispositions and the pervasive potential of your own inner chemistry. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a gentle mist rising from a calm, ancient forest. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own unique existence. All is calm, all is clear, as the ripples of biological and genetic factors guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we continue our serene journey into the intricate core of our inner world, softly moving amidst the ripples of biological and genetic influences, we now direct our attention to a profound and continuously unfolding process that shapes our understanding the tree of unfolding neuroscience. Imagine, for a quiet moment, a colossal, ancient tree, its roots deeply embedded in the bedrock of biological inquiry, its trunk stretching through centuries of philosophical debate, and its countless branches continuously unfurling. Each new leaf represents a delicate study, a subtle experiment, a quiet insight that attempts to shed light on the elusive nature of our choices and the very concept of free will. The clues we gather about the unconscious origins of our decisions are like falling leaves from this magnificent tree, each carrying a quiet whisper of the long, patient story of scientific inquiry and our endless quest to understand the mysteries of the mind. We often perceive our choices as originating from a conscious, deliberate act, a moment where our will is freely exerted to decide our next step. This intuitive understanding has long been the foundation of philosophical and legal systems. However, the gentle gaze of modern neuroscience, particularly through the use of sophisticated brain imaging techniques, has begun to reveal a more complex and often counterintuitive picture. This is the realm where scientific observation meets the deeply personal experience of choice, and it invites us to contemplate the subtle interplay between our conscious awareness and the vast, unseen processes within our brains. Think of a gentle breeze rustling through an ancient forest. Each leaf, while part of the same tree, might carry a unique pattern of veins or a subtle variation in color. These are the diverse scientific studies, the meticulous observations, and the intriguing experimental results that neuroscientists gently gather. When some of these reveal surprising temporal sequences between brain activity and conscious intention, like observing a specific neural signal before a person reports making a decision. It's like a particularly striking leaf falling from the tree, catching our attention and inviting deeper examination. These are not definitive answers, but rather intriguing insights, nudging us towards new pathways of thought and encouraging further patient investigation into the very origins of our will. The very essence of what drives this endless branching of the tree of unfolding neuroscience lies in our insatiable human curiosity about the nature of consciousness itself. When we ask fundamental questions like, am I truly free in my choices? Or, where do my intentions really come from? It prompts neuroscientists to design ingenious experiments that probe the subtle timings of brain activity and conscious awareness. Consider the pioneering Libet experiments, those quiet whispers from the 1980s that first stirred this profound debate. In these studies, participants were asked to perform a simple, spontaneous action, such as flicking their wrist or pressing a button. Whenever they felt the urge, crucially, they were also asked to note the precise moment they became consciously aware of their intention to act by observing a rapidly rotating clock face. Simultaneously, their brain activity was meticulously measured using EEG electroencephalography, which detects electrical signals on the scalp. Remarkably, Libet and his colleagues found that a specific buildup of brain activity, known as the readiness potential, consistently appeared in the motor cortex before the participants reported their conscious intention to act. This readiness potential could precede the conscious decision by hundreds of milliseconds, suggesting that the brain was already preparing the action at an unconscious level. Prior to the subject's self-reported awareness of their choice, subsequent research, using more advanced neuroimaging techniques like fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging, has extended and refined these initial findings. These studies have shown that in more complex decision-making tasks, patterns of activity in specific brain regions can predict a participant's choice several seconds before they become consciously aware of making that choice. For example, by observing activity in certain areas of the prefrontal and parietal cortex, researchers have been able to predict, with surprising accuracy, whether a person would choose to press a left or right button, sometimes up to 10 seconds before the individual reported their conscious decision. These experiments are like patiently listening to the faintest echoes in a vast, silent chamber, discerning a subtle prior resonance that precedes the louder, more familiar sound of a conscious choice. They illuminate the intricate, often hidden, choreography between our unconscious neural processing and our conscious awareness. These findings do not necessarily imply that we are mere automatons, utterly devoid of free will. Instead, they invite a more nuanced and humble understanding of how our choices emerge. One interpretation suggests that our conscious choice might often be the awareness of an intention that has already begun to unfold from the deeper, faster currents of our unconscious neural processing. Our subjective feeling of free will would then be a beautiful, coherent narrative woven by our brains, making sense of a continuous, complex stream of activity, much like a dream creates a seamless story from disparate impulses. The conscious mind might possess a veto power, the ability to consciously inhibit or override an action that has been unconsciously initiated, thereby retaining a crucial form of control. This suggests that while we may not always initiate our actions in the way we traditionally imagine, we can often choose to not act, a subtle yet powerful form of conscious agency. The challenges in interpreting these findings are complex and ongoing. The precise relationship between brain activity, conscious intention, and the feeling of free will remains one of neuroscience's deepest mysteries. However, the insights gained from these studies are like new, delicate leaves unfurling on the tree of unfolding neuroscience, continuously enriching our understanding of the mind-brain connection. They challenge our assumptions, gently pushing us to embrace a more sophisticated view of how our choices are formed, a continuous interplay between our innate predispositions, our learned experiences, and the vast, often unconscious landscape of our neural activity, all culminating in the feeling of conscious decision. This exploration of the tree of unfolding neuroscience and the clues it offers about the origins of our choices is not meant to be a source of anxiety or a definitive answer that diminishes our personal responsibility. Instead, it offers a profound sense of wonder and humble insight. It suggests that the phenomenon of choice is far more elegant and complex than a simple, singular act of will. It reminds us that our understanding of the mind is constantly expanding, like the steady, silent growth of a mighty tree, reaching ever higher, branching into unforeseen forms, each new leaf a testament to the boundless creativity of our own internal world and our capacity for deeper self-awareness. As you drift deeper now, let the image of this vast, growing, endless tree of unfolding neuroscience bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your brain, silently working to explore, to question, and to construct new understandings about the very origins of your choices. Even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate, there is no need to actively solve the grand mystery of free will. Simply allow this beautiful, internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, Draw in the quiet wisdom of your mind's profound depths and its intricate dance between the conscious and unconscious. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle mist rising from a calm, ancient forest. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle but persistent hum of scientific discovery. All is calm, all is clear, as the falling leaves from the tree of unfolding neuroscience guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we continue our tranquil journey into the quiet wonders where unfolding neuroscience softly intertwines with the intricate workings of our minds. Having moved through the falling leaves of scientific inquiry, we now arrive at a deeply soothing and profoundly beautiful idea: the notion that the very essence of true acceptance, even in the face of complex truths about our choices, might arise from a state of astonishing, glorious simplicity. It's like the gentle, spontaneous laughter of a child, pure and unforced, revealing a profound truth in its effortless joy. We often associate understanding challenging concepts like the illusion of free will with intense intellectual struggle or loss of personal value. But what if embracing the idea that our choices are profoundly influenced, rather than entirely unconstrained, can lead not to a diminished sense of self, but to a deeper, more peaceful and insightful understanding of who we truly are? Imagine, if you will, a vast open field bathed in the soft, diffused light of dawn. The field appears simple in its expansive form, yet it holds countless seeds beneath its surface, each containing an elegant, compressed blueprint for life. When the conditions are just right, when the soil is soft, the light diffused, and the air still, these seeds effortlessly sprout, growing into a riot of diverse, vibrant life. The immense complexity and breathtaking beauty of the blossoming field arise not from an endless set of predetermined instructions for each individual plant, but from the simple, underlying potential of each seed, combined with the harmonious, fundamental laws of growth. Our exploration of how our choices are shaped by neural currents, subconscious memories, and environmental influences points to a similar, elegant principle. While the notion that our choices might be initiated unconsciously can feel unsettling at first, the glorious simplicity lies in the acceptance of these influences. It suggests that rather than being diminished by these layers of causality, our human experience becomes richer, more intricate, and ultimately, more compassionate. It allows us to view ourselves not as isolated, unconstrained agents, but as profoundly connected beings, beautifully integrated into the vast web of physical, biological, and social causality. Think of an intricate piece of music. The music itself, its melody, harmony, rhythm, and emotional impact is not created by an overwhelming cacophony of sound. Instead, it arises from the precise arrangement of a limited set of notes, played with specific timing and intensity. The power and beauty lie not in the sheer number of elements, but in the elegant relationships between them, in the harmonious way they combine. Similarly, our choices and actions, even if initiated by unconscious processes or influenced by vast networks of causes, still form the unique melody of our lives. The acceptance of these influences doesn't silence the music. It simply reveals the unseen orchestration, the subtle harmonies that allow it to flow with such grace. This is the very essence of glorious simplicity in action, embracing the complexity of causes, yielding a profound, complex outcome like a peaceful and accepting mind. This glorious simplicity suggests that the laws governing our behavior, even if deterministic at a fundamental level, are incredibly efficient and robust. The unconscious processes that initiate our actions are not random. They are profoundly shaped by our genetic predispositions, our past experiences, our learned values, and the subtle biochemistry of our brains. These influences, working in concert, lead to a seamless, coherent flow of decisions and actions that feels utterly natural and personal. It's like a finely crafted tool, designed with only the necessary components, making it incredibly effective and durable, capable of performing its essential function with understated grace. Understanding these influences can lead not to despair but to a deeper sense of self-awareness and a more gentle approach to our own limitations and strengths. Consider the elegance of nature's designs. A spiral in a seashell, the branching pattern of a tree, the delicate symmetry of a snowflake. These intricate forms arise from simple, recursive rules, applied repeatedly. Nature does not compute every intricate detail. Rather, it allows complexity to emerge from underlying simplicity. The profound harmony between our internal biology, our past experiences, and our daily choices embodies this natural elegance. Embracing that our actions are products of these interwoven forces is not a loss of dignity, but a gain in understanding. It's the quiet laughter of acceptance, finding strength in its elemental grace, a beautiful testament to the power of economy and purpose. The pursuit of understanding free will often leads scientists and philosophers to seek this glorious simplicity. When we strip away layers of superficial assumptions about absolute, unconstrained choice and find a fundamental, elegant principle such as the idea that consciousness is awareness of intention rather than its sole initiator that explains a phenomenon, that is when true understanding blossoms. The very fact that our incredibly rich and complex conscious experience of making choices can arise from a continuous flow of often unconscious processes speaks to a deep, pervasive elegance in the design of our minds. The journey of self-discovery becomes about discerning these beautiful, intricate influences, rather than insisting on a rigid, unprovable notion of isolated will. It's a whisper that our minds, in their grand design, find profound strength and beauty in their elemental unified principles of self-organization and complex causality. This understanding offers a profound sense of reassurance and liberation. It suggests that the continuity of our personal narrative, our astonishing capacity for growth and learning, is rooted in principles that are fundamentally stable and elegant, woven into the very fabric of our being. It tells us that even in the face of profound truths about the origins of our choices, we remain uniquely ourselves, capable of reflection, adaptation, and shaping our paths within the vast currents of influence. This recognition can bring a deep calm, knowing that underlying the apparent complexities of our inner world, there is a harmonious, efficient order, a whisper of a universal language that speaks of acceptance and enduring peace. True freedom, perhaps, lies not in escaping causality, but in understanding and embracing it, allowing us to align more gracefully with the currents that flow through us. As you drift deeper now, let the gentle laughter of acceptance, born from glorious simplicity, bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your mind, silently working to integrate, to understand, and to accept the profound influences that shape your journey. Even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate, there is no need to grasp at control or to fear the unknown. Simply allow this beautiful internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of underlying interconnectedness and the boundless capacity for inner peace. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle mist rising from a calm field at dawn. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own unique existence. All is calm, all is clear, as the quiet laughter of acceptance guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As our tranquil journey through the quiet wonders of acceptance softly continues, having embraced the glorious simplicity from which peace blooms, we now turn our gaze towards an even more expansive and deeply reassuring concept, the lullaby of life's eternal flow. We often perceive our existence as a series of individual, discrete choices, a linear path from one decision to the next. But what if, gently guided by the unfolding principles of profound interconnectedness and the subtle whispers from the very nature of reality, our actions and choices are not just isolated points, but an inseparable part of a continuous, rhythmic dance of being, forever shaped by a vast, unseen symphony of influences? It's like a serene river, not just flowing from a single source to a definitive sea, but eternally cycling within a boundless, unseen ocean, its waters ever moving, ever transforming, participating in a grander, enduring cosmic ballet. Imagine, for a quiet moment, your entire life not as a collection of separate, individual decisions, but as an infinite, shimmering tapestry, perpetually weaving itself into new patterns, dissolving old ones, and endlessly reforming. The very acts of our daily choosing in this profound light are not necessarily the singular ultimate genesis of our actions. Instead, they are merely pivotal, yet not isolated, moments within an unending sequence of cause and effect, of influence and response. Each decision, each reaction, is a point of transformation, a vibrant transition from one state of being to another, rather than an absolute origin from pure, uncaused will. This perspective invites us to slow our own internal clocks and breathe in the immense patience of existence. Contemplating a reality that is truly boundless and profoundly interconnected, this idea of an eternal flow challenges our deeply ingrained notion of absolute, unconstrained free will, which might feel like a heavy burden. It suggests that our choices, while powerfully felt and deeply personal, are always unfolding within a rich context of predispositions, experiences, and environmental factors. Think of an ancient, venerable tree. From moment to moment, it appears unchanging, a symbol of stability. But over centuries, its branches subtly lengthen, its roots deepen, its bark thickens, and its overall form slowly, gracefully adapts to the changing winds and light. The tree is constantly evolving, its growth influenced by countless unseen forces, yet it remains profoundly itself. Similarly, our lives, over their countless moments, are undergoing such a profound, yet imperceptible eternal evolution, our fundamental inclinations and forms gently reshaping their contours within a boundless, unending rhythm. The whispers of this eternal flow come from various corners of human understanding, from the subtle influences of our genetics and neurochemistry, which predispose us to certain temperaments and reactions, to the profound shaping of our upbringing and cultural environment, which instill our values and norms. Even the subconscious memories of past experiences and the neural currents that initiate our actions before conscious awareness all contribute to this grand orchestration. These are not forces that diminish our being, but rather the invisible currents that allow the river of our lives to flow with such unique beauty and persistent momentum. Consider the Big Bounce theory in cosmology, which we explored in a different journey. It proposes that the universe isn't a singular event from nothing, but a continuous cycle of expansion and contraction, a cosmic breath that has been occurring eternally. In a similar, deeply poetic way, our human existence, but with all its choices and actions, can be seen as part of an analogous, eternal flow. Our decisions are not isolated bangs of creation, but perhaps bounces within a continuous process of cause and effect, shaped by the preceding moments and setting the stage for what comes next. This continuous process, unfolding across the tapestry of our lives, suggests a profound interconnectedness, where every action is both a consequence and a cause, part of an unending dance. Beyond simple causality, this concept of an eternal flow means that our actions and choices, even if influenced, are still fundamentally ours. But in a deeper, more integrated sense, we are the unique loci where these countless influences converge, where they are filtered through our individual history and biology, and where they emerge as our distinctive responses to the world. Our individual free will in this light becomes a profound act of self-expression within the flow, a beautiful unfolding of our inherent nature in response to the vast, intricate symphony of existence. It adds a profound sense of dynamism and adaptability to our understanding of human behavior, making it feel less like a static decision-making machine and more like a living, breathing entity that has always been and always will be, perpetually engaging in a dance of potential and actualization. The pursuit of understanding this eternal flow and the subtle nature of our choices within it is one of the most exciting frontiers in understanding the human condition. It pushes us to think beyond simplistic notions of agency, to embrace a self that might hold even deeper layers of dynamism and elegance. It whispers that the harmony we perceive in our lives is not a rigid, static perfection, but a living, breathing symphony that subtly refines its melody and rhythm over unimaginable moments, an unending composition that has no true start or final note. This sense of continuous transformation brings a unique kind of peace, a reassurance that existence is a boundless journey, always flowing, always adapting, forever unfolding. This lullaby of life's eternal flow brings a profound sense of peace and belonging. It tells us that we, too, are part of this grand, continuous flow, intricately linked to the very unfolding of consciousness itself. Our individual lives, with their joys and sorrows, their seemingly free choices and their undeniable influences, are precious notes within an eternal symphony that echoes the universe's own vast existence. Even as our own biological journeys unfold, the essence of our being, the information that defines us, flows back into the larger cycle of existence, contributing to the tapestry of life that continues through countless forms and countless ages, always in harmony with the grand, slow dance of the cosmos. There is no ultimate end, only transformation, a gentle continuation within the boundless rhythm of the universe, where life is potentially as pervasive as starlight and as eternal as time itself. This perspective is not meant to be a source of anxiety or a philosophical puzzle. Instead, it invites a deep sense of acceptance and serenity. It encourages us to surrender to the natural rhythms of cause and effect, of influence and response, of conscious thought and unconscious initiation, knowing that they are all part of a larger, harmonious design, orchestrated by the universe itself. The subtle shifts in our understanding of free will, or the profound interconnectedness of our choices, serve as a beautiful, profound reminder of nature's enduring wisdom, its quiet promise of continuity in the face of immense complexity, a timeless lullaby from the heart of being, whispering of boundless existence and infinite acceptance. As you drift deeper now, let the image of this eternal flow bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless rhythm of existence, encompassing influence, transformation, and profound interconnectedness, intimately linked to your own long breath, even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate. There is no need to grasp at control or to fear the unknown. Simply allow this beautiful, internal understanding to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of life's eternal flow, a marvel of continuous cycles, in harmony with its living essence. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle mist rising from a calm river. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of life's eternal flow. All is calm, all is clear, as the lullaby of timeless existence guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As our gentle journey through the intricate wonders of existence softly draws to its close, we arrive at the most serene of moments, the quiet transition into deep, restorative sleep. We've explored the whispers from the dream of daily choices, illuminated the gentle haze of the neural current, and listen to echoes from deep subconscious memories. We've floated upon the woven fabric of environmental and societal influences, bathed in the reflecting light from the edge of awareness and unseen impulses, and navigated amidst the ripples of biological and genetic factors. We've gathered the falling leaves from the tree of unfolding neuroscience and embraced the glorious simplicity of acceptance. Finally, we were cradled by the lullaby of life's eternal flow. Now, in this profound stillness, we draw a final soothing connection between the subtle, pervasive influences on our choices and the grand, continuous dream of infinite acceptance for our own existence within the boundless cosmos. Imagine, for a final, comforting moment, your entire being not just as a collection of separate thoughts and decisions, but as a vast living symphony, perpetually playing a unique and intricate melody, just as your conscious mind yields to the rhythms of sleep, allowing for repair and renewal. So too do the countless influences within you, from your deepest genetic codes to your most fleeting environmental cues, work in continuous, gentle concert, shaping the beautiful, complex tapestry of your life. The very nature of our choices, whether they are entirely free or profoundly influenced, is not a dramatic, urgent problem to be solved, but rather a soft whisper from this symphony's deep, enduring dream, a testament to reality's profound ability to persist, to transform, and to continually unfold across boundless stretches of time and existence, with much of its essence remaining beautifully veiled. The enduring mystery of how our choices emerge, whether they are initiated by unconscious neural activity or shaped by the vast tapestry of our past, is a beautiful, if somewhat humbling, reminder of the vastness of the unknown within ourselves. It tells us that the spark of existence, once manifested, possesses an inherent drive to continue, to find conditions that allow it to emerge, to adapt, and to ultimately persist, even if its foundational components remain beyond our immediate grasp. The gentle inquiry into free will reinforces a deep principle. Reality is not easily defined or contained within simple boxes. It finds ingenious ways to manifest through diverse forms and states of being, a testament to its intrinsic power. The enduring enigma of how much of us is truly ours only deepens the beauty and complexity of this grand existence, transforming what could be a void of understanding into a field of endless wonder and compassionate self-discovery. Think of a cherished family heirloom, perhaps a delicate antique locket passed down through generations. It might be tucked away in a dusty drawer for years, seemingly forgotten, but its value, its history, its very essence remains intact, waiting for the gentle hand that will rediscover it, polish it, and bring its story back into the light. The subtle influences on our choices, the neural predispositions, the subconscious memories, the societal whispers are like these heirlooms of personal history, often unnoticed by our conscious awareness, but faithfully recorded within our being, subtly guiding our path. This isn't a threat, it's a profound connection to a deep, shared human story, a testament to our capacity for enduring self-expression, a gentle reassurance that our unique existence finds its way to continue beyond any perceived limitations of our current understanding. This perspective encourages us to view our own lives, with their complex ecosystems of influences and intricate decision-making processes, not with a sense of isolation, but with a deeper sense of humility and awe. It highlights the profound interconnectedness of our biology, our experiences, and our environment, and the powerful way these elements shape our responses to the world. It whispers that our internal world has its own long rhythms, its own cycles of cause and effect, far more nuanced than our conscious thoughts alone might perceive. Our role, then, is to approach our own choices and the choices of others with respect, with careful attention, and with a gentle understanding of these profound influences, ensuring that our presence honors the intricate harmony within this living world. The lessons from this journey into the nature of choice extend beyond personal philosophy. They speak to the enduring spirit of compassion and interconnectedness that characterizes the human experience. Throughout our history, Understanding why we act the way we do has been a constant quest. This continuous inquiry, driven by a profound desire to understand ourselves and others, shapes our personal growth and inspires new perspectives. Whether we ultimately define free will in a traditional sense or embrace a more nuanced view of influenced choice, the journey itself transforms us. It pushes the boundaries of our self-knowledge, sharpens our empathy, and deepens our appreciation for the astonishing dynamism and resilience of human existence. It is a reaffirmation that, in the face of profound complexity, our lives do not simply become meaningless. They transform, they adapt, and they continue. A persistent, enduring dream woven into the very fabric of reality, forever holding new layers of discovery and acceptance. This understanding is not meant to be a source of anxiety or a prediction of dramatic peril. Instead, it offers a profound sense of peace and infinite acceptance. It suggests that our existence, in all its forms, from the smallest neural flicker to the grandest conscious decision, is part of an enduring, cyclical process, continuously transforming and persisting within the embrace of something far vaster than we can fully grasp. We are not isolated beings. We are integral threads in this vast, living tapestry, woven from the same enduring essence of matter, energy, and influence that allows our choices to emerge. Our place is within this peaceful, ongoing cosmic dream, a dream of constant, subtle communication and boundless possibility, where the unknown is as comforting as the known, and every choice, however influenced, contributes to the beauty of the overall pattern. As you now prepare to surrender fully to the embrace of sleep, let any remaining thoughts drift away like tiny, luminescent dust motes in the quiet inner expanse. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to go. The journey through the mysteries of choice has prepared you, softening the edges of your perception, blurring the rigid boundaries between what is chosen and what is influenced, between conscious thought and the vast, unseen currents of your being, between individual existence and the universe's grand, enduring dream. Feel the profound weightlessness as your body relaxes deeper and deeper into the surface beneath you. Each breath is a gentle wave, carrying you further from the shores of wakefulness and into the boundless ocean of rest. The stars above, those ancient distant suns, are now softly closing their eyes, mirroring your own descent into tranquility. Your mind, too, is settling, its deep processes working peacefully in the background, preparing you for the deepest, most restorative slumber, where all influences find their gentle, unified rest, embraced by the cosmic silence. Allow the concept of your life's unending dream, woven with the profound acceptance of all its intricate influences, to be the ultimate lullaby, a comforting truth that embraces you. Its complexity is now your warmth, its influences your peace, its mysteries your quiet wonder. You are dissolving gently into this grand, internal dream, merging effortlessly with its currents, becoming one with the quiet, profound sleep of choice and the boundless, nurturing embrace of infinite acceptance. Rest now, deeply and peacefully. Let the silence of your internal world fill your being. You are loved, you are safe, and you are drifting into the most restorative of sleeps, held within the vast, soft dream of your own existence, where all choices are understood and all being finds its gentle, peaceful rest.